Hello everybody, my name is BearCozy and today we're playing some more Awaken Chaos Era. Now if it's your first time here, I strive to make not only entertaining, but also educational videos, and I try to put as much value in my videos as I can. And if you're coming back, thanks for watching my videos and supporting the channel. Today is all about glyphs, what they are, where to get them, and how to use them. But first, let's do our daily summons. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I always like to start with a daily summon, and I've gotten some really good summons. So let's go ahead and without delay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple. I have recently got a few legendaries with the daily free shard. I've also got a couple of really good epics. I got Lunar Melissa, who's a unicorn girl. I also just got CC, which is really good for the hero synthesis, so I'm really happy to have a copy of her. Last time I fused Hackerin, I was waiting on another copy of her, so I'm really happy to get her early on, and I'm super close to fusing another copy of Hackerin. Okay, so this guy we don't care about, but CC is really good. If you've missed the last video, I went over my Queen of Tides 12 team, and I've actually went over my team comp, all their gear, and the synergy that I'm using. And if you've missed that, I've been making play-along videos as well as Queen of Tides progression videos, starting from Queen of Tides 9 and going all the way up to 12. Right now, I have a Queen of Tides 12 team, and I've made some really good progress there. Today is all about glyphs, and I'm going to be using Aurak for this example. Now, I just got a first copy of Aurak not too long ago. I got him from the bartender, and I'm really looking forward to building him. I currently do not have any fire heroes at max level. The closest I have is Brand at 50, and he's very mediocrely geared. And today is going to be all about glyphs. What they are, where to get them, and what they actually do. We'll go through the whole process together. Now, in my previous videos, I have been working on Queen of Tides, and I have been using Rodira as a healer, and Rodira actually scales off of max HP. And for me to get really good at Terra gear, which is what she's really good in because of the max HP, I'm going to need Aurak, and I'm going to need Aurak to farm Roaring Tulpa. Now, Roaring Tulpa is wood, and since Aurak is fire, Aurak is actually going to be very strong there, and since he has an elemental advantage, he is going to do 50% more damage. So I am working on building Aurak so I can farm Roaring Tulpa, so I can get much better Terra gear for my healer, and I can use her in many dungeons. Let's talk about glyphs. What are glyphs? Glyphs are essentially a really good way to boost your hero's basic stats. Now, if you go to the info page, you will see a stat breakdown, and you can actually see their stat rating right on the main page. You could see that Aurak's attack is A tier, you could see his health is B tier, defense is B tier, his speed is actually C tier, which means he is really slow, and his crit rate is actually S tier, which is above A tier. So S tier is one of the best tiers, and you could see that he does start out with a 10% crit rate, which is really good already. So S tier is the best, and A tier follows second, and his attack actually falls in A tier. Going to the glyph page, you could see that the glyphs start at level 1, and you could see there are lots of them. Now, looking at the ring itself, you can go ahead and click on the actual hollowed circles, on the grade circles, and you can see that you can upgrade their base stats by farming glyphs. Now, the cool thing about this is each time you upgrade a glyph, that will actually directly impact their base stats. So right now, if we look at his info, at level 40, his health is 2,581. Going back to the glyph and clicking on the health, if we click activate, that will actually increase his health, and you've seen that on the bottom displayed under glyph bonuses. If we now look at his info, you could see his health went up 120 points. So the cool thing about glyphs is glyphs directly impact your hero's base stats, and when you put gear on your heroes, all of the gear scales directly off of base stats, which means that when you gear your heroes, all their stats, like their attack, their health, and their defense, will directly scale off of their base stats. Now, looking at the glyph ring again, you could see the first ring has been filled out, and it is no longer selectable. Moving on, you can see that I also have all these pluses. That means I have glyphs available to add. Level 1 glyphs are very, very easy to get, and those primarily you can farm very easy, as you could see as I've been farming level 2, 3, 4, and 5 glyphs. I have managed to get myself a lot of level 1 glyphs. So let's go ahead and activate this one, and we're going to continue moving through the whole circle. Hey, you're still watching the video. That means you're enjoying the content. And if you're enjoying the content, that means somebody else will also. Click the subscribe button below and help this video reach more people so they can enjoy it as well. When you're clicking on these glyphs, you can go ahead and click on the grayed out, the hollow glyph that you need. That means you're missing a glyph here. If you have a plus, that means that you have glyphs available. And if you do not have a plus, that means that you need to farm glyphs. A quick tip to acquiring glyphs, if you're wondering where to get them, all you do is simply click on the hollowed circle, and you can actually click on the glyph picture itself. If I click on the glyph picture itself, you could see this presents me with options. This level 1 Scroll of Animus actually drops on Chapter 1, Stage 1 Hard, Chapter 5, Stage 1, Chapter 9, Stage 1, and it also drops on Chapter 5, Stage 1 in Mythic. So those are my options. And as you can imagine, with harder difficulty, you can get glyphs much quicker. So let's go ahead and activate this. I am going to fill in all the rest of them. And there we go. This glyph actually gave me plus 3 speed, which added 3 speed to his base, which is really, really good. The last glyph here will give me plus 20 defense, and as you can see when I activate all of them, this screen on the bottom will flip and it will say upgrade. Now, going from level 1 glyph tier to level 2, you could see his attack will go up 25, his health will go up 155 points, and he will also gain an extra 30 defense. So before we click upgrade, if we look at his info, you could see, clicking on the more tab, you could see that his defense is at 307. So if we go back to the glyph page and we click upgrade, we will get an extra 30 defense. And if we go back to that same stat page, you could see that his defense is now at 337. So upgrading glyphs directly impacts base stats, which makes your hero stronger, which allows the gear to scale off of your base stats. In other words, the higher the base stats, the more your gear impacts your heroes. Right now, as you can see, my Aurak is not geared. I will take some time off camera and go ahead and do that. But since I just got him not too long ago, I am starting to work on him so I can not only use him in Roaring Tulpa to get my healer better Terra gear, but I can also use him against Wood Clan Boss. Going back to the glyph page, you can see that we are now working on glyph level 2. And it has now turned green, and he is now a junior soldier. So doing the same thing, you could see I went ahead and prepped before the video, and I actually farmed a lot of scrolls off camera. Now, clicking on this glyph, we can go ahead and activate, and that will give him plus 2 resistance. Going straight through, Meteor level 2 glyph will actually give him plus 40 attack, and the same thing here. If you want to know where to get this glyph, all you do is click on the picture right here, and that will present you with options. Now, as you can see, I have completed Chapter 4, Chapter 8 on Hard, Chapter 3 on Mythic, and I have not completed Chapter 8 on Mythic just yet, and that is primarily because I am doing a play along, so if you're playing along with me, you can follow my progress. I do that with all of my adventures, and I do that with all of my dungeons. So if you enjoy play along videos, go ahead and watch those. I make play along videos on all of the content that I run, and I show not only my progress, I show my successes and my failures. So going through this ring, I am going to go ahead. This one will actually give him plus 2% crit damage, which is really, really good. And if you did not know, crit damage actually deals 150% extra from critical strikes, and you can find that on the detailed page. Continuing to go all the way through, I'm going to go ahead and activate all these glyphs. You could see the menu flips going from level 2 glyph to level 3 glyph. He does gain another 35 attack, another 45 defense, and 220 health. And that gets added directly to his base stats. There we go. That is going up to level 3, and we can do the same here. And as we continue progressing, you could see that his base stats are starting to go up. His attack goes up. His crit rate going up now, which is very, very good for us. Plus 6 speed is actually very, very good. That will help him to go faster and hopefully go before the enemies. So there we go. That is level 3. You can see we are starting to gain much more base stats than we were before. We're gaining more attack, a lot more defense, and a lot more health as we continue to upgrade. This takes us to level 4. Upgrading level 3 takes us to level 4, and you could see glyph level 4. Now we need purple glyphs. Same thing, clicking on the glyph, you could see I have 22 out of 10. This one will actually give him 80 defense and 1.5% resistance to resist debuffs. Same thing here. If you want to know where to get these, you can just go ahead and click on the picture and that will present you with options. If you click on one of these options, it will take you directly to that stage so you can farm them. And if you click on the rewards, if you want to know what rewards this stage drops, simply click on the rewards menu. And you can see first time clear, which is available only the first time you clear that stage. You can also see likely loot and possible loot. So possible loot does not drop every time, but it does drop. If we click on the glyph in the possible loot, that will bring up the ancestral glyph, which is what we're working on. Going back to the glyph activation page, let's go ahead and activate that. And as you can see, I have done a lot of farming and a lot of prep work for this video. So you can see the whole process, and you can see where and how to get them, and also how these individual glyphs impact your hero's stats. So not only do the individual glyphs impact your hero's base stats, but also upgrading glyph levels, as you could see on the bottom, will give you a lot more base stats as well. We are now getting 80 attack, 95 defense, and 470 health just from going from level 4 to level 5 glyph. Now the ring changes, you could see the color changes here, and I am now on level 5 glyphs. Now I currently do not have any level 5 glyphs, so my first priority while farming these glyphs is the 2 speed glyphs on the bottom, and then also the crit rate and the health percentage. So that is going to be my priority, and that is going to take some time. When you finish filling out your level 5 glyphs, your glyphs will look like this. As you can see, my Zatlux is completely maxed out, and he is completely full. He is now a killing god. Glyph level is max, and all of the glyphs are activated and lit up, which means I can no longer do anything, so he is maxed. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you've enjoyed it, if you found value in this video, hit the subscribe button down below. Also, if you would be so kind to hit the thumbs up button, that will help YouTube to promote my video so it could reach and help more people, and it will also help my channel to grow. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.